You're gonna actually have to watch Left 4 Dead
Okay.
to talk about Left 4 Dead.
Welcome, one and all, to round 4 of the No Mercy Goonfogl cast. We've got our starting attack here. We've got the Hunter going on his own, but nevertheless getting a little bit of chip there. A scratch on the Charger, a single boom, and a dead Smoker. So that's some decent chip. Probably capable of much more given these two teams and their caliber, but in the grand scheme of things, with how Goonfogl games frequently go, not the worst thing.
My favorite chip is definitely a tortilla chip covered in nacho cheese. I know people are big fans of salsa, but I prefer the melted cheese topping on my chips personally. How about yourself?
Well, I gotta say that some nacho cheese is straight up delicious, but I gotta tell you, this little place I go for lunch most days has these honey mustard chips. I think they're Lay's or some shit, and I cannot get enough of them. They're so delicious.
That does sound pretty good, I have to be honest. Alright, so we had a pretty mediocre attack, very underwhelming, as Goon's attacks are wont to be, because basically everyone we're watching, both teams are basically a pile of shit with one gleaming turd each. So, you know, they're all garbage.
For those of you who don't know, by the way, the polished turds are Method Man, who we've been referring to as Sunshine on Team Don't Care, and Hobo Joe on Team Winetasters. They aren't entirely shit. The rest of them are.
Now, it's interesting to note that this is actually one of the best games of Left 4 Dead that you will see Sunshine perform in, because there are no women playing. And when Sunshine plays and there are women in the game, it's difficult because he has to play in a full suit of armor from horseback and control the mouse with a lance. So he's actually free of that encumberment this game because Matt isn't playing. So we're really seeing the pure top level of his game this evening. So, right now, Sunshine is in his peasant clothes. He doesn't actually have to wear his full suit of armor, and we're really seeing what he can let out and do when he's not trying to move his mouse around with the tip of his lance from 8 feet away, which I have to give him credit for. It's pretty difficult to do, but he has to make sure her honor is never attacked by anyone at all, ever, because, you know, girls on the internet. No, she probably weighs more than he does. Alright.
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
We've got the survivors. Have they even triggered the event yet? Like, they're standing at the elevator, but I don't think they triggered the event. They seem to just be waiting.
They want to notice that Boomface is pre-spawned up there. They're trying to find him, but they've just said fuck it and hit it.
Oh, there's the charge with the boom and the smoke from in front. I like the smoke from in front. They always expect you to come from behind with the smoke because that's where you're supposed to go. But the smoke from in front, definitely unexpected because you're right in front of their guns. Why the fuck would they shoot you? So that's a good place to do that from. Retards.
Note that the survivors are going to probably the best defensible spot on this map. In general, note that this room, of course, has only one entranceway, the front door, and note that Francis, I assume under Sunshine's command, is spawn blocking the only other possible spot. This is pretty much almost impossible for Infected to get a good attack in, with the exception of an extremely well-aimed spit. The catch here is that, well, let's see if they do it. He actually did do it. Notice that the spit is on top of this little surgical bed.
Yeah, and that pushed them off and distracted them enough for the jockey to pull that character out. And now we've got the team pretty well split, and Ellis is on his own. I'm surprised they're not capitalizing. Oh, Ellis is moving with the team, but we've still got, the Rochelle's getting attacked over there by the jockey. We're in pretty good position. Rochelle, Prochelle, definitely not Prochelle.
You've been calling Zoe, Rochelle, and Francis Ellis all night.
You know what? I think that I don't give any of the fucks. You could put them all in a bucket and still have nothing.
That's good. I salute that.
The charge into the elevator. I like it. It accomplishes nothing.
And there's our elevator.
My thoughts on this room are that it only has one entrance, and that's definitely not a quality I like to have in my women. I want them to have at least 3 accessible points of entry, preferably 5. So for all you ladies out there listening, make sure to keep it flexible for your guys.
So, Slow, I noticed that Sunshine is playing as a woman. How does that affect his play?
Well, I feel like he's going to be really defensive and want to protect himself. But ultimately, his female genitalia, because don't let it fool you, he's probably got them, are not quite at the level of security that he wants to put the other women at.
And we've got our tank in, an immediate tank. Now, ooh, this is really bad news for the survivors. Notice that, Zoe and Bill are in the proper spot. The most defensible spot for a tank on this part of the map. But their teammates didn't quite join them.
We've got Ellis, or whatever the fuck his name is, in the leather jacket, who probably rides a Harley, which is a shit bike manufacturer for any of you that are thinking about motorcycles. He's now dead and stuck in the side of the building somehow. We've got Lewis, the black guy, laying down on the job, as black people probably do most of the time, and the rest of the survivors, the whites, are going down because of his negligence. So, really a racial paradigm for real life here.
Oh, you're a charmer, Slow.
I need some more wine. I'll be right back.
Grabbing pills. Grabbing pills. Reloading!
We've got our second half of the round starting up here. We've got Francis dashing out real quickly. That is Hobo Joe. We've also got Zoe, played by Boomface, not actually bothering to pick up her pills. So that's interesting. It's a cool tactical decision because you really lure the other team into... Oh, fuck it. I can't even pretend to be nearly as funny as Slow is.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. You missed this amazing development of Boomface. Oh my god.
They were right by the room for like 2 minutes.
I think it's most likely that Boomface is a recovering meth addict because, you know, that's the only way I can think of that he would be that stupid. So he's trying to avoid drugs.
Now, what I think is interesting is that Boomface will be the target of a great amount of ire from Sunshine immediately following, and probably during the game. But if at some point it comes out that Boomface is a woman, Sunshine will immediately jump to his rescue, galloping across the fields of the Steam group chat. So I'm hoping that Boomface says he's a woman, because Sunshine won't be able to resist. And we'll
especially because Boomface just jumped down for no good reason. There's no comedy there. There's no punchlines. Just that's what happened.
Shit player doing shit job. Yeah, I gotcha. There's a good boomer who gets blown up in a door frame in sight of everybody because he's a fucking retard. All right, so let's see what we got. Let's see. That was about what? 8 seconds in between each attack. That's an impressive staggering of the infected. Sure to win a lot of points when none of them go at the same time. Exactly the type of quality play. Alright, so they're getting to the elevator. They actually pushed the button, which is a deviation from the team last time.
Did they? It doesn't seem to be moving on my screen.
Yeah,
I don't know, he walked up to it. I assumed he pushed it. The elevator is not actually moving. I don't know if they're aware of that. Looks like somebody's over there by the button. Bill's near the button, but he's not actually pushing it.
Guys, I think their team might be in trouble.
They have a double end cap, which is admittedly a key problem because Boomface just decided to swim in the spicy green water.
What you'll notice is the two people that are laying down are the woman and the black man. So really that's not all that surprising. Statistics show that they're physically weaker and mentally unable to handle a stressful situation like this.
Goonfogl would like it to be known that the opinions of his casters are not necessarily the opinions of it as a company, and to take all things said here with a grain of salt.
I will say,
Gooncast Incorporated,
that your name comes from a video game about a woman and your opinion is biased. So S my D. S all of my D.
we have two incaps at the exact same time, and Broseph being the only one left to save him, he gets smoked, and will there be ground cover from Francis?
Not enough.
That's a negative. They did.
So we end the round at 891 to 1586, giving us a difference of what, 695 points, 98 points, some odd right in that vicinity. I'm a little too drunk to do the exact math, but going into the next round,
I think 695 is right.
Yeah,
Wait,
about 700 point difference. So we'll see if they